The general lady, I think, said something about the Russian hoax or Russian collusion. I accept the heckling, Mr. Speaker, that's all right. Because if she wants to continue to stand with Vladimir Putin and his brutal, bloody invasion against the people of Ukraine, she is free to do so. And we understand there is a strong Trump-Putin axis in the general lady's party. If she wants to continue to stand with Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, that is her prerogative. But please do it on your own time, forthwith.
Wow. That was Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland ripping apart Marjorie Taylor Greene, that Republican lunatic from Georgia. Raskin sits on the January 6th committee, and he was arguing in the well of the House about the importance of Congress holding government institutions accountable. And then Greene heckled him, violating House protocol, by shouting, "What about Russia collusion?" A reference to the argument from Republicans that Russia collusion was a hoax or that it was actually carried out by Democrats. So Raskin took it all well and said, well, actually, there are a number of Republicans who have been echoing Vladimir Putin's talking points who stand with Vladimir Putin. And he noted that there's a strong Russia-Trump axis in the Republican Party. It was appropriate, it was epic, and even if you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene over the past several weeks, she has been criticizing the Ukrainian government. She's called President Zelensky corrupt. She said that Zelensky's only in power because the Obama administration helped to overthrow the previous Ukrainian regime, and she has said that the United States should not be sending weapons to Ukraine. And that's just Marjorie Taylor Greene's craziness over the past several weeks on Russia and Ukraine. Recently, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that any Senate Republicans who voted to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court were pro-pedophile. This was a ridiculous smear relating to those allegations that Judge Jackson handed down lenient sentences in a couple of child pornography cases. Never mind that her sentences were exactly the same as some Republican judges in child pornography cases, Republicans who were confirmed almost unanimously by Republicans to an elevated federal judgeship. Amazing. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene has now filed a police report because of a comedian who joked about all of this. The other night, Jimmy Kimmel on ABC noted Marjorie Taylor Greene's pro-pedophile comments and said, "Where is Will Smith when you really need him?" Kimmel also pointed out that Marjorie Taylor Greene is friends with Congressman Matt Gaetz, the Florida Republican who is under investigation for allegedly trafficking minors for sex, and Kimmel referred to Gaetz and Greene as scum and scummer. Well, Greene said this was an actual threat of violence against her, and so she went and filed a police report against Kimmel. He's a comedian. And oh, by the way, in terms of actual threats of violence, a few years ago, prior to running for office, there was a woman named Marjorie Taylor Greene who encouraged violence, really encouraged violence, against Democratic officials. You can't make this up. Marjorie Taylor Greene has repeatedly underscored why so many people consider her to be one of the most embarrassing and stupid members of the U.S. Congress. She is simply an idiot. A few weeks ago, she attended a white separatist conference. She also claimed that the Nazi-era police were the Gestapo, not Gestapo, but Gestapo. She previously floated some QAnon conspiracy theories, suggested that 9/11 was perhaps an inside job. She has trafficked in racism. She has trafficked in anti-Semitism, writing a Facebook post in which she suggested that maybe the California wildfires were started by a laser from the Rothschilds. A Jewish space laser somehow caused the California wildfires. The fact of the matter is this person is both idiotic and vile. And so it was great to see Congressman Raskin point out that she is arguably carrying out Russian talking points. She might be a Russian asset for all we know. And that is no joke. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about Marjorie Taylor Greene in the comment section.